Seconds? Okay, all right. Rom, welcome back to Only Football. Big episode, huge episode. Back in the net. Back in the net. Very exciting. Very exciting. It flew by.
It was
yeah, you said this last week.
It was long.
I don't know, man. 2 months, man. It's crazy. These guys are getting burnt out.
I know, but they needed it. But they're still even playing.
They need those that month break they got before preseason. Furthermore, before we really get into it, I really disagree with the World Cup extra time, injury time. I don't like it.
Oh, going into this season?
I don't like it. It's too much, man. It's too much. Like,
it's gonna be the new normal, though. Right? It sucks.
Yeah, that's an easy added 10 minutes every match. Even the first half too. Like everything, it's like 6 minutes in the first half, 8 to 10 in the second half. It's madness.
Once they said no to the offside one, the one where it shows it quicker and. Yeah. Once they said no to that, something like this doesn't surprise me.
No, I'm not. It's honestly, it was. I agree with
They still want to draw the lines when we have technology that you don't have to draw lines.
I know. I do agree with it.
Doesn't make sense.
With like the adding more time, I do to a point, but it's like they should be implementing keeper gets the ball for goal kick right away. You have 10 seconds to get that, not 6, but 10 seconds.
The rule says 6.
I know, but like you put it down 10. Like honestly, honestly, like once it's down 6, what I'd say total, like once the ball's handed to you from, and this time I would do it from the ball boy, I think 10 seconds to get on the spot and then get rid of the ball, and then it's a yellow card, and because that's honestly 25 seconds every time. Yeah,
they're gonna be gassed, man. Sometimes you need a break.
Yeah, well, this is not the break. This is not how you get it.
This is how you get it. When they're playing it, you're like, they're going quick, man. They're playing.
I'm saying
sometimes you need tactics
to
get your breath.
I get that, but I'm saying let that be, but don't add 10 minutes to the match. It's too much, man. It's too much.
Yeah, it should be 5. It should be set at 5 every time.
Unless barring a big injury
set
or
at 5,
or bar
just set at
or
5.
Bar. Sure. No. That's anyway. Let's not get carried away with that. We can debate that. We have a huge episode. Obviously, we are going to do a quick little transfer roundup. I'm just gonna shoot some stuff that we want to talk about, but it's just and get into depth with, but we just can't really.
You can't.
And then we've got some big transfers that have just really broken in the last hour. Look at us, like finger on the pulse. Look at the timing. And then we're gonna hop into our Premier League predictions, which are going to obviously include the title winner, top 7, relegation, golden boot, first manager set, and biggest flop. And then we're going to preview this weekend. We're going to preview Liverpool-Chelsea, obviously. Chelsea hosting Liverpool. Newcastle Villa and Brentford Spurs. And then we're going to wrap up with our starting team for 15. We'll go from back to front with every position for Fantasy Premier League. I'm not getting my hopes up anymore. It's this most seasons I'm like, this team looks good.
Let's follow the pack.
Well, we're gonna get there. Okay, quickly stuff that we're just gonna talk. I'm just quickly gonna riff off here. Mike, let me know if I forgot anything. Juve fans stormed the pitch in protest in regards to signing Romelu Lukaku. Love it. Big fan of that.
We haven't signed him yet.
Chelsea signed Tyler Adams for £20 million. And have submitted £48 million offer for Lavia for Southampton. Lavia. It is Lavia. Paqueta to City for $70 million. It was 70 today.
I'm telling you, they want 110.
That's madness. 70 is madness. I can see if Paqueta can fit in that City system. I see why they want him, but he did nothing to earn even 70.
I don't.
Get your money back. What did they pay for him? 40?
He's a Conference League winner.
It's crazy. That's mental. 70 is mental. 110 euros, right?
Yeah.
Still.
No,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, actually. It really doesn't. It doesn't. Sander Berg to Burnley. Big fan of the signing for Burnley. He's playing good ball. Sander Berg, when Sheffield made that surprising move for him at the beginning, when they got him from Ghent or Genk, one of the two, he looked really good, and it was really Sheffield were locked in halfway through the season, they were staying up, and then things went to shit. He wasn't being used properly. He got injured. I think this is a good place for him to rebound.
Company?
Yes, and Company is playing possession-based ball where he can, obviously. Vicky Van de Ven mentioned it last week, 30 million Spurs. These are the type of things that Spurs need to do, the kind of signs they need to do to get their feet back on the ground. Liverpool to Newcastle, 32 million. Riot to Arsenal, I think it was 20 plus 5 in add-ons.
Yeah.
Got them for a good price. They really did. And Sanchez to Chelsea for 20 as well. Turner, Matt Turner to Forest. And quickly, Courtois tears his ACL. It's got to be De Gea. Everyone, it's not done. Like, he's starting to talk to them. He was already on their list for a backup for Real anyway. So I think like it's got to be him, and it should be.
It should be him.
It really should be him. But let's get into two big signs that just blew. In the last hour, let's start with Moises Caicedo. Liverpool paying 110 million pounds for Moises Caicedo. And what do you think?
They got him now. They had to. That was it. They had to overpay, right? Because they need two, and right, they really need two. And
they do. If he gets injured,
they needed one right away, and they got it. So they overpaid and said, you know what, we should have done this earlier, but we're going to get him now because next window we're going to have to get another one. So let's get one in now, so we don't have to get two next year and have to go through a whole year without a CDM. And
they need classic Liverpool moving quickly. That said, like once they were linked, they moved quickly, but they should have been on this a long time ago. I personally, I think they should have been doing something like and. I really like Caicedo. They have overpaid, but they needed to do it, as you said. 110 million pounds. Incredible signing. You know, good for Brighton.
It's the average price now.
A great, you know, but Brighton don't need to let go. They didn't. Caicedo was pushing.
Like Rice for 80 looks good now.
Rice for 80.
Oh, he was 100 too, right?
Yeah, he was 100 plus 5. But you know, they were pushing. Caicedo was pushing, like, and he was in January as well. But Brighton, I don't think, if they didn't get at least, I would say 95, they weren't selling. And then there was obviously the bidding war, and Liverpool just didn't fuck around, and they got it done because they need a CDM. See, what I would have done if I was them is I would have been, you know, okay, Fabinho, fine, you sold him for a decent profit. I think you could have kept him. You could have looked at someone like Lavia, which they were been linked to Lavia all summer. I still think they should go and get Lavia at that point, but it's probably too much. What I think they could have done was Lavia for 50, which is what Southampton wanted, and they're always kind of penny pinching with Lavia. You know, which I get. You know, Caicedo's established. He's had a full year at a good squad. You know, but Lavia plus Amrabat, like an Amrabat, that ilk. You know, 25 million. That's 75 right there for two CDMs.
Yeah.
Now, if Caicedo gets hurt, they're screwed.
Trent, right?
And it's too much. And it's too much. They still need that CDM, even if Caicedo stays healthy.
Yeah, that's why they need two, right?
I honestly, I think if you're Liverpool, I think you still swoop for an Amrabat. 25 million. Why the fuck not? Why not?
Do you want that to happen?
No,
so why you just
no? Of course I don't. But I think that's a cheap, good, experienced option, not PL experience, but he's your backup anyway.
Yeah.
You know, for 25 million, I think like that's always been the price quoted for him, and I think it's just that's a steal for anyone. It's worth a risk. It might not pan out, but it's worth the risk, and it's worth having the backup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to figure it out, right?
They figured part of it out, because honestly, I was not looking at this Liverpool team at all. It was gonna be all goals, but it's gonna be leaky. I like, honestly, I think you could bet Liverpool like over 3.5 goals every game of the season, and you'd probably make good money before this.
Not Liverpool, but you mean in that game 3.5?
Yeah.
I'll probably 2.5. Probably just take the over every time.
I know you push 3.5.
You push it, eh? No. Every time? No. We'll see if this helps
-3.
Their chances for top 4, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it does. It really changes my mind in terms of our top 7.
He doesn't play week 1.
No, of course not.
Maybe not in week 2. Actually, I think
he'll be ready. He's been training.
They'll just throw him in the fire.
He's been training. I think he'll be on the bench. Actually, I don't know if he can be listed.
I don't think
he can be listed yet. Yeah, because there's medical and stuff like that. So, but I think by next week he'll be playing. Okay, now, I mean, if that wasn't big enough, what about this one?
It's not official.
It's not official.
Okay, so
I mean, neither is Caicedo. He hasn't passed his medical, if you want to put it that way. But Bayern and Spurs have agreed a price which is floating around 100 million euros, but I think it's a little bit above for Harry Kane. 1 year left on his deal, and Kane has Fabrizio also just went, like he was live, like when I was out having a smoke waiting for Mike, 15, 20 minutes ago. And yeah, it's looking like he's going to go travel. He's going to travel to the medical tomorrow.
Yeah.
Spurs. Fine.
Why? Yeah, but why wait till the last second? Now you can't use that money to buy anyone.
Hey.
Right?
Hey.
So it's like
they got it done. They got it done.
It's a weird one.
Who can they go out and get? You know, what'd be interesting is that the Hugo Ekitike has been linked to Everton from PSG. Who, just 1 year, they've really given up on him at PSG. 30, had a great year at Reims the year before, and linked for £35 million. I think you can swoop and steal that. It's a third of what you're getting for Kane.
There's still 2 weeks left in the.
Yeah, but who can they?
2.5, 3 weeks actually, right?
What can they do? What can they do? I think Richarlison can actually have a decent year for them. I really do. But
decent, being 5 goals?
Shut up. No, I think I can. I think
that's decent, right? Compared to last season.
No,
it's actually amazing.
It's infinitely better actually. But I think he can. I think he can peg 12. I do. I do, but they definitely can't bank on that, and that's still not enough anyway. Like they still need to go and
bank on that. They're getting relegated.
Well, I mean, we'll see what's going on with this kid that they brought in like last week, middle of the week.
Yeah, the 19-year-old.
Yeah, don't know anything about him. Can't expect anything from him really either. I think it's they might have waited too long, sure, but they got more out of it. Like Bayern were playing. Well, they played hardball, and Bayern were trying for 70, 80.
Yeah.
And they got that extra 20 million. It's all right. This is a regrouping season anyway.
Yeah.
No need, why not get the money so long as you're going to invest it back into the squad, and go from there. And this season might be a bit of a write off, but hey, what are you gonna do?
It's the largest transfer in Bundesliga history, right?
It's got to be. Yeah. It had absolutely yes 100%. Like. That didn't even
30-year-old, a 30-year-old,
an injury-prone 30-year-old.
And what is it? Bayern doesn't do offer contracts for more than a year if you're over 30.
Yeah, well, I think they're mixing that up. Don't you? Yeah. I think so.
It's a controversial signing for Bundesliga history.
For Bayern?
No, for the whole Bundesliga. All the other teams revolt and.
What the fuck did that? What? Bayern just get away. Although I will say, Leipzig's transfer window, like despite losing 3 really key players, also in Cuckoo out for
4 months, 16 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's bad. But Leipzig's made some interesting moves, some very interesting moves, but they've lost despite losing Vardiol, Szoboszlai, and Cuckoo.
They played well against was it?
I just no.
Chelsea, no.
No, who you're talking about Leipzig?
Yeah, they just lose 4-3 or 3-2.
Today?
Yeah, yesterday.
I just looked at their fixture list. I didn't see it.
Or maybe that was way earlier in the season. Okay.
The preseason? Yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. I don't think so. I think you're wrong. I'm not seeing any of these preseason. No, I'm not getting any of that, to be honest. Regardless, let's get on to our predictions and the sleepy pick. Who's winning the league?
The sleepy pick.
That's the sleepy pick. Like it's just kind of a write-off, right? Surely, it's City.
It's City.
Done. That's it.
There's we could have a case for other teams, maybe, but
is there any kind of a bit of an adjustment here for them? For City, that is.
No.
Losing Gundogan, it's a big loss.
Yeah,
it's a big loss. Mahrez, yeah. I mean because who have they brought in to replace Mahrez?
No, it's just Cole Palmer stepping up, right?
Well, we'll see.
It's one of those.
Is he sticking around?
Oh, you just put Bernardo out there, right?
That's the thing.
So it's not like
or Foden. That's the thing. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's things like Foden can do both. I love Bernardo. I'm glad for them that they kept him. I'd much rather see him leave, but I can't get enough of him. He's one of my favorite players.
Was it Bernardo that he was mad that PSG, Mbappe was it Lewandowski and Bernardo? I think those were the two players that Mbappe wanted at PSG when he signed his contract. He was told no.
Oh, that they bring him in?
Yeah. And they haven't, so that's why he's doing all this, apparently.
Okay, well.
But Bernardo was one of his wish list.
Quickly to get off topic, I am curious to see what PSG can like. This is a year now. Now Neymar's pretty much on the way out. It would seem.
Verratti maybe too.
Verratti, but obviously, like, and then Mbappe, like a lot of the egos are leaving. I'm very curious to see what Louis Campo can do, and he's brought in some interesting signings. But this is again next week or whatever. Liga is starting this week as well, as is La Liga.
Yeah.
But City. I mean, Vardiol, love that. I love that signing. They can play their little 3-4. They're three at the back, 3 CBs.
Yeah, they can do that as well.
Yep, and yeah, I think Kovacic is a nice signing. They got him at a really good price.
Yeah,
like, why not 25 or 30? I think it's 25. Can Arsenal do it? Like, can Arsenal do it? Can
anyone do it?
Can anyone? I mean, it's the league is deep. It's a deep league. Is there a bit of a hangover?
You have City. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I do too. I don't think there's anything else. We can talk about second now. This is what we can do.
Yeah,
right.
Who's been leading City? Who's been leading City? Yeah.
It's
pretty. It's open.
I think it's only between two teams.
United and Arsenal.
Yeah.
Liverpool with this Caicedo signing is interesting, but if it's just Caicedo, it's not enough, and I think they still need a center back. I really do. Okay, so sorry. So you think it's Arsenal, United? Let's hear your thoughts.
I think this year, because of how last year went, Arsenal starting strong and being strong all season up until the very end, and United starting badly, but having some impressive runs, and you could see where the project was going. And now that they have more faith in Ten Hag and got more signings, I think Arsenal and Man U are going to they're going to know at the beginning of the season. I feel as though like last year they didn't really know they'd be so close together, right? But now I think they'll be like neck and neck, and they're going to push each other on.
They play each other before as well.
All year. Oh yeah, and like the second last game of the season, which is weird. And I think because they finished, I think they scheduled that on purpose.
Sure.
Because it's the second last game or the last.
I don't know. I didn't look down.
I think they played the fourth week and like the second last week. It's weird. But Arsenal has more depth than United.
They do.
Right. So that's the issue. If I'm being the safer side, I pick Arsenal. But I want to pick United.
You think that's on 10? That's Ten Hag.
I know.
That's Ten Hag. It's like, and like what? That's like how much of a magician is this man? Because I personally think Ten Hag has the, and I think he has more pedigree than Arteta. And I'm not disrespecting Arteta. I'm not trying to be biased in terms of. I just think Ten Hag really does have rabbits in his head and can work with less.
No flip flops.
Can work with less. Oh yeah, he's a taskmaster. There's a few things. There's like the phone, obviously. There's some. Yeah, I showed you that, right?
Yeah.
I forgot the other ones. But it's that's gonna be on Ten Hag. That's gonna be on Ten Hag. And it's turning into a decent. Oh my God, we forgot to mention West Ham. Harry Maguire, 30 mil, working the details out there. James Ward-Prowse and Edson Alvarez.
Yeah.
Nice little signings. What does David Moyes do? Harry Maguire, prime for David Moyes. Prime. I think we'll do well there. I think we'll do well there. That's his type of ball. Defend, head it out, like low block. Like
no,
that's
he
his
can't
shit.
get exposed. He's still gonna get exposed.
His
confidence is shot. He has to play for England. That's like that's what Al is to play for. But even England, he shouldn't be starting.
I agree. That's why. But Southgate plays Moyes ball. That's why he plays. That's why he looks decent for England because he's surrounded by a core of a low block. He's surrounded by. I think
it's a complete sale, right?
It's not done yet. They're like working on like.
No, I mean, is it like a? Yes, so when they play each other, can Maguire play?
Yes, it's not long. It's not long.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, Arteta's a great manager too. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm still going with Arsenal to finish ahead of United. I do like our window. Højlund out for a few weeks, and it sounds like they might have to manage him too. Like he's not going to be able to play twice in a week often this summer or this year. It seems like.
Why?
He's what's fuck
The medical
Rashford. Remember the Rashford injury a couple years ago? Back. It's a back thing.
Oh, really?
And it's gotta be yeah. So we'll see.
Properly rested. So why doesn't he just stay out for 2 months? Why play? Or just do a full month?
I think it takes longer than that anyway. But you can. I don't know the science about this. I like Arsenal. I do like Arsenal's window. And there's depth, and like even Kiwior looks decent.
Yeah.
As a backup center back, Saliba class, and for Arsenal's sake, hopefully he can stay healthy. That was a huge thing. Like once he got injured, they completely fell off, right? And I think you could maybe see if Gabriel, I like Gabriel, but he makes mistakes.
Yeah.
More than most.
Yeah, but not most, but he is an attacking threat.
Yes, there's that for sure. But like is I think Kiro can be put like he's there, and he's there as a safety net. Timber looks good. We'll see how Rice does. Rice is an iffy one for me. He's an iffy one. I have to say, I don't know how this is going to go, and if you're really going to get him that money's worth. But they do have the depth, and I like their depth. Attacking wise, looks good. Trossard looks great. I'm going to give it to them, and I think that's going to be tight again. I think it's going to be tight down the stretch. And I think United might be hanging as well. Like they might be hanging around.
I think till week 30, these three teams will be in contention for first.
Okay.
Like I don't think City will build up a huge lead, right?
I don't think so either.
I think
maybe a little bit of a hangover.
Like 5 points will be like the most, going into week 30.
Yeah,
I'm hoping.
I really hope they don't win. Fuck them. They break the record. They've tied the record. Let's not have them break it.
What, 3 in a row?
Yeah. Okay. So we have 3. So we've done our top 7. We're doing our top 7 as well. So we have 3 in there. Are you doing Arsenal or are you United second?
I'm doing United second, Arsenal third.
Okay. Fourth. Do I go first? Or you?
It doesn't matter.
No, we'll go back and forth. You start.
Well, I did second. Yeah. So, the consensus pick would be Liverpool, but I know they just got
Caseta,
and it is going to increase their chances, but
yeah.
I still think there's a lot they still have to figure out. Right? They have too many. They're too top heavy, right? They have 5 interchangeable forwards, but they only can play 3 of them, right? So unless some of them learn how to play mid, which I highly doubt, how are they gonna you win and lose games in the middle? You do win and lose games.
I couldn't agree more. It's gonna be Casado, Szoboszlai, and McAllister. That's their 3.
I know, but that one injury, and they're messed.
Yes, it's true.
They're done.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
If some of their forwards get hurt, that's fine, but they have 5 of them, so they're going to at least have 3 at all times. But that mid, it's thin, and playing in Europa League with not as high quality teams, but still good teams. But it's going to take a toll, right? Unless if Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones are all only playing Europa League. I don't know how it's going to work, and I think they're going to get too banged up.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Newcastle.
I don't hate it. I really don't.
I think the players have really bought in to what Newcastle's all about, the slow build.
Yeah.
Right?
And they're a part of it, right?
Yeah.
It's like you can hang on to the spot and be part of, the title contender soon.
Yeah.
Soon.
And I honestly give it 2 years, and I think they could be good title contenders. So they're good. I was originally gonna have them 5th.
Yeah.
Locked in, but I don't know. I think this is going to be a bad year for Liverpool. I just have this weird feeling. Unless if Nunez really just goes off. I was thinking of picking him up in fantasy, but
it's tough, man. It's tough. Like I said, I think it really changes things. It really does. Because I had them down 7th-ish before this.
I don't think Newcastle will be as surprising as last year, but I think they'll.
And he can accrue points off the smaller clubs, and I stand by that.
This is a long build. This is a long build.
I think you're going to see it. they trimmed a lot of fat, and then they still brought in like a bunch of players in the last like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know what happened there. We're back. I don't know.
He kept it going.
He said Newcastle for top 4. I don't know if you caught that. And then I'm going Chelsea. If you missed any of that, but I'm going Chelsea. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be so tight. I mean, fuck, man. Like you can even dabble with Villa at this point. Like it's so deep. What happens to Brighton? What happens to Brighton now? You lose Casado, but they play really tall. They have great scouting. They didn't let him go for nothing. And what are they going to get done in the next couple of weeks, right? And what can Billy Gilmore do? You know, I'm curious to see what he can do. For sure.
I just love De Zerbi ball.
Yeah, who doesn't? Who doesn't love Brighton? Okay, they're like the new Spurs when Poch first got there, but like even more so, even more lovable. Like had nothing before this.
Yeah,
they had nothing. So who doesn't love Brighton? Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go Chelsea. The Tyler Adams thing, I think they have to bring Lavia now, but you know they play in a pivot, so there's less pressure there.
Yeah. Well, there is a lot of pressure there.
Sorry, but then if you were to go to Liverpool and be the fucking CDM, you know, beside Enzo Fernandez, Lavia, Tyler Adams, those two kind of duking it out beside Enzo. You know, I don't mind that. I think they have to get him now.
So get rid of Gallagher?
You could, but it's like, for me, Gallagher's not a pivot guy anyway. Like, I've seen him placed there in the pivot because they have no one else. They didn't have Adams at the time. Yeah. I don't really rate Adams, to be fair. But that is his position. That's not Gallagher's position. You know, he's a 10. Or he's a box-to-box. He's like... Yeah. Like, he's not like the Fred. He's more like the Mount, as I see, with United.
I'm playing beside Casemiro.
But it's not beside Casemiro. That's the thing. Casemiro's going to be like... He's the shield. He's the shield. I'm going with Chelsea. So I will do 5th now.
Yeah.
And Newcastle.
That's where we're putting Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Liverpool.
You're going Liverpool.
I think they just missed out on top 4.
Yeah.
But I think they're gonna go through a bad time with Klopp. They're gonna go, and it'll be interesting if Liverpool trust them enough to get out of this, or just say, okay, maybe it's time to move on.
Things that Van Dijk's made comments in the last few days about, he understands the fans' frustration about not building on defense. The signs that they've done. They've only brought in 2 players before Caicedo. It's like they're protecting Klopp in a sense. So I think the board also has to look at that. It's kind of on us. We fucked this.
Yeah.
It's not Klopp's fault. Yeah. Okay. Newcastle, Liverpool. Okay. 6.
6. I was honestly debating about this up until this point, but I think I'm gonna give it over to Chelsea.
Okay.
Chelsea.
Yeah, that's the thing. They could not be there either.
It was between them and Villa.
It is so deep. It's so deep. It's so deep. 6 for me is Liverpool. I honestly, and this could change. We might have to review this at the end of the window as well.
Yeah.
Quickly, because this could change for sure. Liverpool would spike up to me if they get a second CDM. Other things. Yeah. What does Brighton do? So 6 Liverpool, and then 7 for me is Villa. Lots of depth. Tielemans on the free. I like it. Tielemans, when he has something to play for, his attitude can be questioned. I think that's fair. I think you saw last year when Leicester the chips were down, he was nowhere to be found. But when you saw when he first got to Leicester, he was key. He was getting linked to everyone, and justifiably so. Pau Torres, what a signing! Already played under Emery at Villarreal. There's depth there, and it's exciting. I'd be excited for Villa, and that's things like I'm saying 7th, but hey, some people have him finishing 4th, and I don't necessarily hate it. 4th? I don't hate it. Yeah.
No, that's too much.
I think it's too much. I think it is too much. I think you could say 7th for Villa, they haven't even improved. But it's hey man, they're going to be in Europa League as well.
Yeah, I'd go with 7th as well.
They have 2 tournaments, 2 major the Prem and Europa League to focus on, and we'll see what they can do with that. I still like them.
Yeah,
and I feel bad for Brighton. I feel bad that they're my number 8 though.
I think they're gonna go well in Europa.
Who?
Brighton.
I agree. I'm also curious. I agree with you.
Are they in Europa or Conference?
They are. Ooh.
Because it's Liverpool,
Because
Villa.
Brighton, I feel like they qualified for Europe before. I think it's conference for Villa. Brighton
or Europa?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah, okay.
Double check that right
But
now.
I think
Brighton's conference. Brighton's conference.
Brighton's conference?
Sorry, Brighton is
Europa. Yeah, I think they're gonna go well in there. I think that's what they're gonna aim for.
I think
that's what's gonna cost their league form. So that's why I don't have Brighton in the top 7.
It's just really curious to see what they do in the next.
Deserving might
in the
get
next
to
couple
Europa.
weeks. In the next couple weeks, it'll be very interesting.
But he should leave it then. If Deserving got Europa, should he stay with Brighton?
I would. I honestly would. And if they're like,
you could probably leave and get a big club.
Sure, but he could still stay another year and get a big club.
No, I think it's like you got to capitalize on that.
He doesn't have to. I disagree with you. I wouldn't say he's wrong for jumping at the chance right away. I wouldn't, but I remember that's a swallow. Like, intriguing when he first started, but there's a lot of holes in that game. Then he kind of just fucked off to Shakhtar.
If Juve came up,
Shakhtar or Fenerbahce. I won't say Shakhtar.
If you're Deserving, Juve came to you. It's hard to say no, right?
Ooh, no. I disagree. I mean, yes, he's Italian, but no, I disagree.
Better
The Prem is, it's such a cut above now, and it's like, man, I could be doing this with a team that I've cultivated with a really great.
So Real.
Yeah, if Real comes. Well, that's the thing. Real could be it, right?
Yeah.
Like, that could be it because Ancelotti's gone at the end of the year, right? So
it's like, that'd be tasty. You would go with that, right?
You have to. Yeah. But I am gonna take the 8th, even though we're not doing, and then Spurs 9th for me. Maybe not. Maybe Brentford. Actually, fuck, man. Honestly, I might do Brentford.
I would have I think Spurs 8th, Brighton 9th.
Really?
Yeah, I think. It's up to the other players to step up.
What?
Yeah, they might be in the shadow at all. But they can still sign someone.
Who have they brought in? James? Yes, James Madison.
They could still sign someone.
Mickey Vanderberg or whatever his name is. Okay. Van de Ven. Okay. Relegation. Start at the bottom.
The 20th?
Yes.
That's hard.
Luton.
No, don't do that.
Luton. It's done. I got Murphy jersey today. He's from Luton.
Oh, really?
Murph's from Luton. I got him a jersey today.
Oh.
Of the guy who, Mwapu or something like that. The guy who's been there since like they started coming up from like League 1 or maybe even non-league. I forget if it's non-league or League 1. League 2. I want to say. League 2.
I don't know. You had it dead set, Luton.
Yeah. Have you seen the entrance to their stadium?
No, the fans, the visitor section.
That's
what I think. It's like I want them to stay up.
I would love. It would be amazing if they.
They're doing construction on it though, right?
I don't know
because
I don't know. Maybe they should.
Their first 4 or 5 games on the road.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a terrible way to start your season.
Yeah.
That's awful. Okay, 21st.
You're so rude. You're so rude.
21st. Yeah. Sorry.
It's hard that I'll go Luton as well. I was gonna put the 19th.
Who's 19th?
It's weird to say, but I think Wolves.
I've got them 18th. Spoiler. Sheffield's my 19th. Sheffield's my 19th. Maybe Wolves 19. Honestly, Wolves have done nothing. And Lopetegui left justifiably so. They said it was mutual consent. You know, Samuel. Like they've signed nobody.
And they got rid of people.
They sold Neves.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on that team. I haven't looked into it, but obviously there's some serious financial problems there. The owner is out. He's out. Yeah. They sold him for what, 50? Yeah. Neves? They bought no one. They brought in Gary O'Neill. Is Gary O'Neill the escape master? You see the?
No, I have Wolves 19th.
I don't hate it.
And Sheffield 18th.
Because we have the same bottom 3. We have the same bottom 3. Before we move on, first coach sacked. I have Bournemouth and Burnley 15 or higher.
15 or higher?
Yeah, I'm filling out 16 through 18 with Everton, Palace.
No, Everton won't be down there. But go on.
I think they will. I think they will be again. They haven't really done much in terms of signings. Sean Dyche. I love Sean Dyche, but like his ball is past it. Roy Hodgson I like Palace's team. I really do. They might lose Elise as well. If they do, that's a huge loss. They brought in Hall. Is it Hall from Chelsea on loan.
The
Lewis
left
Hall,
back?
Lewis
The
Hall, left back, like
yeah, the ginger guy or not ginger?
Yeah. And they brought in some young Brazilian kid who people are talking about, but I don't really know much about him.
No.
I like that squad.
I think they're like 17th, 16th.
Yeah,
but not above 15.
Everton, and then Burnley and Bournemouth actually above. Listen, I'm going to say 16 or higher. Let's do that.
I think Burnley are going to come at 15 or higher. I think Burnley will come.
Burnley's for me. I like what Bournemouth's
maybe
doing
like
as well.
13th. I think Burnley might come.
I was last week. I was saying Catholic maybe 12. I was pushing maybe 12, but I could. Bournemouth might be the same. No, I like what Bournemouth's doing, man.
They're not good. They're not good. I don't think they're good.
They finished strong with Gary Neal. They brought in what's his face from Vallecano, who did such a great job. Like once he brought them up a couple years ago, I think they were top 12. Last year they finished like 8th or something like that, right? Best like high pressing. That's the thing. Like it's high press. It's high energy, and if they can adapt to it and they can follow instructions and keep up with it physically, I'm getting like kind of like Leeds vibes when they first came up with Bielsa.
Yeah, not for me. But
I feel like I'm forgetting another like mediocre ass club, but the league is so deep that I may not be. I may not. Oh, Nottingham. Oh yeah, never mind. Ooh, never mind. Top 15. Top 15. There we go. Nottingham's a lifeline for the 3 teams in relegation.
Not my boys.
Yeah,
not my boys.
Nottingham.
Fulham will be good, right? Or no?
I think Fulham will still be decent. Yeah, they kept hold of Mitrovic, kept hold of Palhinha, Silva stayed. Yeah, I don't think. I think Fulham can actually maybe build on what they did last year. Maybe. There's a lot of. It was just a choppy. It was Saudi Arabia really fucked with their offseason big time. Yeah. I think that's like the one issue. And I don't think they brought in Bassi. I know it's been doing that a lot.
Your face is so funny right now.
The other one, like a minute and a half ago, the other one was creepy. I was like staring you down like this. Who knows if it's even rolling right now? Restart required. Your PC needs to be restarted to finish setting up this device. How would you? What? I didn't ask for this.
Okay, there we go.
Let's just. We're just gonna keep rolling here, okay?
The time's not moving, but
the time's not moving. I don't like that. There it goes.
No,
it jumps.
Okay, so it's moving.
It's jumping. Okay. End stream's gonna be tricky. Okay, first manager stacked. Oh, it's West Ham too. I'm just gonna start. Spoiler alert. It's David Moyes. Get the fuck out. Get out.
You think so?
Get out. You know what, man? I've been really dropping.
I wanted a dark horse.
Why is it dark? I've been saying David Moyes since last season was still going on. When they didn't fire him with a week to go, I was saying last season.
I think it could be Klopp.
Well, that's a dark horse. That's a dark horse. No, not a chance.
No, man. If they get like a win in their first, he's on the hot seat, and I think they might.
That's so out of line. Even if they have a.
He has 2 months.
In their first 4 games, they have Chelsea, Villa, Newcastle, and somebody easy. So they have a tough start. So there's that. So the leash should be. A little loose just for that, and also for the fact that they waited so long to really do anything to bolster the CDM position, and it's not even bolstered yet. So no. David Moyes, I really dropped the ball on the names tonight with a few, but West Ham brought in Wolfsburg and Bayer Leverkusen's old like DOF, and he's been there since at least the beginning of the summer, I think before, and they just don't align in terms of their view of football. He wants to play like stodgy, like grinded out, Harry Maguire football. I bet you this guy, whose name I cannot recall, is not happy about this Maguire signing. And they're still going for McTominay. That's not even dead in the water yet. But Edson Alvarez, yes. JWP, it's a Moyes signing. It's another Moyes signing, in my opinion.
And free kicks, if you just draw fouls.
All right.
He's going to score 30% of them.
But I just they're at loggerheads. They don't agree. He wants to play expansive. He wants to go for youth, young, exciting prospects, and build up like Brighton, for example, like a lot of German clubs do. Like
you have the money, might as well spend it. Hopefully, get some better.
Yeah, but that's not where he wants to spend it. Yeah. So I think like he's gonna be pushing for Moyes to get out, and Moyes is the one for me.
I took the safe route. I took Dyche because I think he was brought in just to get like a new riled up make survival, and then it's going to start out bad, and it's just going to be like, yeah, but this wasn't the long term plan. We just couldn't find a manager in time. It's like, yeah, okay,
that's fair.
That's the BS they're going to give.
That's fair too. And that's what I was saying. Since he got fired from Burnley, is like basically once he got fired from Burnley, is he the new Sam Allardyce? You know?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so too. I hope you're wrong. I love Sean Dyche. I do. But I can definitely see it. Biggest flop, you first. It's hard. This one's.
It is hard. As a joke, I was gonna say like Liverpool as like a team flop because they have high hopes for top 4, but I just don't think they're gonna make it.
It's a player though.
I know it's a player. I know it's a player.
That was a joke, sorry.
It's unfair. Okay, maybe that's a bit unfair. That's a bit unfair. This is more recent only because Kane's gone. I was going to say Madison. But I think it's unfair now that Kane's leaving. He was brought in when Kane was there, so you actually had hype. Not hype, but I think he actually increased Tottenham's. I think he made them better. But without Kane, someone to finish his creativity,
Richarlison.
What, a flop? But okay,
no.
Okay, no, I think it's too unfair for Madison.
Okay, so who is it?
I want to pick someone from a big team, not like a small team, and that's the only thing. And
why don't you have it ready?
I did, but I changed it. I wanted to change it. It's a hard one, but I'm gonna go Kovacic.
Okay. All right.
It's not a big, sexy signing, right? So
no,
but
but it's still City.
I think you're going to see the difference.
And that's the replacement from Gundogan. Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
I think it's going to be a big, they think it's a good enough signing, but
I can see that.
I didn't think. I thought like a third. I thought he was 30.
You might be seeing like Foden or Silva dropping back a lot more into the mid,
or being or even Stones being put in front, right?
Which is what's happening anyway, right?
So I think they brought it in, but it wasn't like a big sexy one. So I was trying to think of something on the spot. I apologize.
No, that's okay.
I was thinking like a 40 million plus flop.
Yeah,
right? Because they have more of a flop potential for that type of price. But I think Kovacic. He's a good player, but I don't think he's going to fit the system.
Well, mine's really tough, and I hope I'm wrong about it because I love him.
You're saying Man U player?
No. I love him. I hope I'm wrong about it. I do. But I think they've, just based on what this team did last year and the players that they've had, they're definitely going to start with him, obviously, marquee signing. I'm going to talk it out maybe to see if you can guess. And I can just see it I don't know if he looks that happy there. Should he have come to England and
no, yeah, I know it is.
The team that he's on, they had a great year last year. They haven't established.
Is that why you have them coming fifth?
They have it's Sandro Tonali.
Yeah.
It is Sandro Tonali. But it's still a good year for them, and I still think they can manage without him. And maybe near the end of the year, either he starts to get more comfortable with England, with the league, and starts integrating himself back into the team. I think it's gonna be a gap where you don't see much of him in the winter, the fall,
November,
winter months.
November.
The fall, winter months, he'll be there, but I think he's gonna be drawn back. It's gonna be kind of how Nunez.
He's going to be playing beside Bruno, right?
Yeah, and on paper it looks great. I love it. I think it's a great pivot. I do, and for them, and especially for Tonali and Gamarish, I hope it works out. I just think that he's going to struggle a little bit. I do.
I think I was debating picking up Joe Linton, but I think he's going to have a good year.
Okay, so that's it. Now we got. Obviously, it's a long episode. 3 previews. Brentford Spurs. Brentford at home. Mike.
Brentford.
Score?
2-0.
3.
3?
I think they're going to be so rattled. I was going to take Brentford to win this game with Kane.
Yeah.
Like I was going to
like 2-1,
3-2. Yeah. Like that's what I was thinking. Like, Brentford, no Europe.
2-0.
I'm glad for their sake they didn't make Europe last year. They're not ready for it.
They almost did.
They almost so close. But they banged even without Tony, Wisa, and Mbeumo.
When was her first game though?
Maybe not. It was dead leg. It was dead leg last beginning of the week. So I think he might be okay. I think we rattled big time.
Kane?
Yeah. But yeah, I had Brentford winning this match anyway. Established, ready.
I don't think it'll be. You think 3? They're going to be like a Man United
meltdown. Oh yeah, shit! Don't remind me. 4, 5 0. Let's bury that. Let's bury that. You know what? No, I don't want that because then people will start thinking about the 4-0. The 2-0 is good. Like people kind of forget. Like if it's 4-0, they'll be talking about they did it again. No, shut up.
No, but this is huge news. Like the day before, less than 24 hours. Like come on, this is rattling. Right? It's just like, oh well, I trained with him today, and I thought I'd see him tomorrow, but I won't see him again. Yeah, right. It's just like he's gone. He's gone.
Yeah. Well, it had to be in the back of their minds. Like this could happen
at any time. But unfortunate. I guess.
Newcastle Villa, spicy. Newcastle at home.
This is a tough one. This is tough.
This is so tough.
It's going to implement.
I'm tempted to take Villa.
Tempted?
Yeah.
I still think Newcastle
I'm going to
come through.
Yeah.
I think it's a 2-1 Newcastle. Only because they're at home and they have so much hope going into this season. They have great fans, a huge stadium. The crowd will really win them this game. I think
that could be a thing.
I think their motto.
I think Emery approaches this game with the draw in mind, and I think he gets it. I think he's a savvy manager. He's so much experience.
Realistic.
I think I think he's one of these guys, kind of like Mourinho, who looks at the schedule once it's put out, like we can take a draw here. That's fine.
Yeah.
And I think going to that match 1-1, I'm going to 1-1. I think they'll be fine with that. And they'll take it. And they have the ability, they have the depth, and the squad to get this done, and get a result. And back to Tonali, it's a big match to walk into.
Yeah,
it's a big match. Maybe something he's not ready. He might not be ready for.
He starts. I guess he has to, right? But
they signed him early enough.
Yeah.
Where it's like he should be starting.
He still doesn't have people. Maybe he just needs to play soccer.
Yeah, maybe, and feel that crowd. For his sake, like that crowd hopefully feeds him.
Yeah.
I really want him to do well. Like I really do. There's just something off. And it's like, why did I leave Italian?
Yeah. He was on the team to be on.
This guy's so great here. The food is so shit.
He had I guess he still has Champions League, but with an Italian giant, right? And he left them.
Yeah.
But they got rid of him, kind of, right?
Kind of.
Yeah. He didn't leave.
Yeah, seriously, it's not like Newcastle played an exorbitant amount of money.
Yeah.
Okay, let's wrap up. We'll not wrap up the previews. Then we'll do FPL quick. Chelsea hosting Liverpool.
What? That's a big match to walk into.
Yeah, for sure. I'm getting my haircut at 11.
Oh.
I know, and it's no. I just got today. I've got a wedding to go to next Friday for my cousin, and so I've got to get it done. And I was really hoping for 10 a.m. I didn't even ask. I should have asked him. I'm gonna call him actually tomorrow. I was like, can I do 10? Try to get home because that's like an hour haircut for sure. And then I'm gonna chew my fucking data on the streetcar probably. Yeah. actually. So
tasty matchup for the first weekend.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. United always have a big matchup on like my birthday week.
Yeah, I saw it. It's City this year. City this year.
I love a good spanking on my birthday.
But this has been a tough one to call. So I'm doing the Michael 1-1 tie. 1-1 tie.
I'm doing the Michael. Chelsea, again, you know what? I have them top 4. I still think that they're going to be. They're still a little light, like in that pivot as well. Caicedo won't be there, but I think Klopp just had like Pochettino's record against top six or big six, whatever that is anymore, but Liverpool's definitely included, is shit. It's terrible. And I think Liverpool's gonna come out ready to fight. I'm gonna go 3-1 Liverpool. 3-1 Liverpool.
3-1.
Yeah.
Solid a hat trick.
Hopefully. Spoiler.
Oh, spoiler. Got it out of here. No, I think this is Poch is going to play for a tie. I think he'll be happy with that.
He should be. He should be. I think they both could be happy with the tie.
No.
But I think what do you think?
Liverpool won't be happy with the tie.
I like that. That's why I like him. I think Poch is a bit of a welch when it comes to like really like getting down to business.
Yeah.
Yes, he can get you top four. Yes, he can beat up on the small clubs, but I don't think he has the mentality, and I don't think he necessarily rouses squads. He might be decent tactically, but
he's not getting pumped up for the game.
No,
especially first of the season.
Well, Klopp
going to be scared.
Klopp does. I think a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And hey, like, does that kind of factor out for the rest of the season? I don't think so, because right after that they have 3 favorable matchups.
They do.
Which anyway, let's. Are we good here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fantasy. Start 11 front to back. Who is your cheaper keeper?
Cheaper keeper is Areola.
I had Areola.
I might be switching it to
Turner. Yes, I just did that today. So I did the same thing. I did the same thing. I had Areola. I have Turner now. Your
forward?
No.
My
starting keeper.
Oh, starting.
We're going back to front.
Okay. Onana.
I think that's a definite hot pick. Onana against Wolves for sure. Like United 11 home clean sheets last season. 17, I think, in total, which was the most in the league for De Gea, and then whatever.
I don't think I'll change him all year.
He's definitely
unless he gets hurt.
Sure.
But like I think all 38 games.
I think that's solid. I avoided Onana simply for the fact that the first 4 matches they do have Spurs on the road, which with United's defense and Ten Hag, like that could be like a clean sheet, no problem.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's Spurs on the road still, and then they also have Arsenal. So I just stay away from him. I took Ederson.
The consistent Pep pick. That's the only consistent one you'll get.
And
right?
Holland. Yeah, that's exactly right.
No, but sometimes he'll get 38 games unless he gets hurt. Ederson.
Yeah.
They give Ortega the cup.
Yeah.
And
that's it. Okay. Your cheapest defender.
Kabore.
Who's that?
On Luton. He plays as a midfielder.
Yeah,
4 million.
Oh, he's one of those, eh?
Yeah.
You found one of those, did you?
Yeah.
Intriguing. So much value, I think, in defenders.
Yes, they had to. They had to balance with the prices.
So much value.
When they put Haaland 14, I was like, how are we going to afford good players? We're all going to have like 5 flex scraps.
Right. Well, my cheapest defender is 5 million.
Really, eh? So
yes.
You went 5. Are you going to play 5-3-2?
No, I'm starting. Oh, we'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there. So Vardiol.
That's your cheapest?
Yep, 5 million. But my most expensive.
But he's not gonna play the first 2 games.
He's not starting for me. But
I
have him.
Yeah, why don't you
I think he'll probably start next week.
Why don't you get him later?
I just want to make. I know he's going to be playing. I'm considering Kyle Walker, but I'm like, because he was just about to resign. They just made him captain, so I might switch to Kyle Walker. But Kyle Walker will then eventually get subbed out.
Really?
He does. Did you see him last year? He was fading in that team like nothing. Yeah, he's coming up. He's coming down. He's like a little mole. He's a whack-a-mole with his bald ass head.
Wow, that's your cheapest one, eh?
Yep.
5.
Yep, but my most expensive is 5.5.
So you just went that route, eh?
You're next.
My next cheapest defender, right?
Yeah.
Baldock.
George Baldock, another one, eh?
Yeah, he's
oh
gonna
man,
start.
What?
He's
Yeah. Buddy, like, where are you getting your clean sheets from? You're just
on my bench.
Yeah, right.
On my bench, I'm probably gonna play a 3-5-2 for most of the season.
Okay, yeah.
Until something happens, then I can change it.
Sure. My next one is Stupian, who everyone has, I'm sure.
That's my next one.
Yeah, I figured as much. Okay, so Stupiano, okay.
Yep.
My next one after that is Saliba.
Saliba. So you went with Saliba, I went with Gabriel.
Yeah.
One of the other. Gabriel's more of an offensive threat for headers, so.
Saliba can score this feet though.
He can, but
and personally, if someone's getting replaced, if not by any injury, it's Gabriel. So
yeah,
I'll save a transfer.
I don't think anyone will step up and break those two up.
Okay. Next. Oh, you said Gabriel, so it's me again. Timber.
So you did go with Timber.
Yeah.
You want 2 Arsenal defense, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And only 1 attacker.
Or none.
I want Stones.
Stones 5.5. I don't hate it. Like I mean, who doesn't?
And he might play the mid.
He might play the mid as well, and he's been scoring too. I know Stones might by kickoff tomorrow. Stones might worm his way into my team, but I have no money left. Just for the record, I have no money.
Oh really? No. Nah, you need some bank.
I've got no bank.
You need some bank.
Bankless.
Yeah, you need some bank.
I'm bankless. Okay, so and then your last defender.
I did it all.
What was your
Estipian, Gabriel, Stones, Kabor,
Stones, and my other one is Chilwell.
Yeah. I should get a Chelsea player. I still might switch that.
I kind of want 2. I had 3 for a long time. Like last week, I had 3 Chelsea players. I'll say right now, Chilwell's my only one remaining. I had Nkunku, Jackson, Chilwell. Then Nkunku got hurt. Things I was like, yeah. Started getting cold feet. But that Chelsea start is nice. It's so nice, and that's why. Okay, midfield. Go ahead.
Cheapest?
Sure. Yes.
Mitoma.
Mitoma is your cheapest.
Yeah,
I have Mitoma, so I'm just going to do 2. Mitoma is my second cheapest. My cheapest is Garnacho. Højlund out. Garnacho looks dangerous. He looks so dangerous, and so he's electric. He's electric, and I think 5 million for Garnacho, and I think you're getting like 3 starts out of him while Højlund at least.
And if he has a hot start,
yeah,
he just rides a hot hand.
Yeah, at 5 mil as well. So then I have Mitoma. I had Enciso for a while, which you knew last week. I had Enciso. He's gone now because they're Evan Ferguson was weird. Like it was weird with their So like Mitoma, I know is starting. You know, unless he moves to City. Another link there. But there's no way now.
No,
there's no way.
Him on City.
Baby.
They should have got him to replace.
Well, there's talks. Like there's rumors. There's rumors, but there's no way. There's no way Brighton's doing that if they sold Caicedo. There's no way.
100 mil.
For him?
Yeah.
Oh man, right after selling Caicedo, no, we're talking like 140. Like no joke. Like it's like you really want him, come get him. Okay, who's your second?
It is Foden. I know he's not going to start the first 2 matches, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to come in.
Yeah.
You think he's going to come in soon, and I just want him.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste the transfer on him. I'll just have him. He'll be on my bench if anything. I'll start him, but if he doesn't start, then he'll just drop to my bench, and my first bench guy will come in. But I just wanted to take him now.
I don't hate it. He was on my team for a bit too, but he's no longer there. He is no longer there. My next cheapest are tied.
Or should I go for my third?
Okay. Yeah, go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tied for me. It's Saka.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mine is Saka as well. So that's my third Arsenal player.
And I have Fernandez.
I thought you said you had Rashford.
Right.
Oh,
He's my highest.
You did Bruno. Oh,
he's my highest.
My bad. Sorry. I also have Bruno. I have Bruno. You have both.
Yeah.
I have Bruno. I'm going with the Pens. I'm going with the Pens and the electricity of Garnacho and United grinding out maybe some Pens. And Bruno, as we said before, hot starts.
Yeah.
Loves a hard start.
He loves a hot start.
And then you have Rashford.
Yeah.
Which in the number 9 role, which he'll be performing for now. I don't like him in personally. I don't think he's very good. He's not a striker. He knows it. He says he's said it himself. He prefers the left wing.
Yeah.
And rightly so. And then my the most expensive midfielder. It's Mo Salah. I needed a Liverpool player. I had to. Like, despite it's like they're gonna score goals. I'm not going near the fucking defense. No fucking way.
Yeah.
But Salah, I'm like, and then there's so much depth up top. Who's definitely starting? Salah. It's Salah. I don't know. Is it Gakpo? Is it Nunez? Is Is it? I had Diaz to start. Is it Diaz or is it Jota?
He's number 7 now, Diaz. So.
You know? Is he? Oh, then you have to start him. Ooh,
he's number 7.
Maybe I will go.
I had him. I had
Diaz. I had Diaz in my first team. I think Diaz should be the one that starts, but it's like it could be Jota that starts up top. Maybe Gakpo and Nunez both start on the bench. Is Diaz like ready to start right away after that injury? Yes, I'd say so. Like but yeah. Anyway, okay. Cheapest striker.
Mubama.
Me too.
Mubama.
Me too.
You might start for them.
I know. 4.5.
You might have to.
Mubama 4.5 at West Ham.
He might be in my starting.
He got a couple appearances at the end of last season. He has a great academy track record.
Like really?
Oh yeah,
He's
like
dominating.
His goals are really good.
He's big too, right?
Which suits Moyes ball.
Moyes ball, but he is 4.5. It's everyone has him, so it's like why we missed it? You just have to stay with the pack. The first 10 weeks, 15 weeks, it's just about staying with the pack. Right? Week 20, 25, you can start taking risks depending how far, if you're in the pack still, if you're drifting, you just need
16 goals in 24 West Ham Academy appearances.
Wow.
That's the highest the oldest academy. 43 in 61 in the under 18s.
So he just scores.
Yeah. He's looking good. So why the fuck not? He might start. Yeah. Like Ings, Antonio.
Let me guess. You have João Pedro then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I was like, you needed 2 cheap forwards to get that.
So, I've always liked Pedro. I think he was good at Watford. I like him. Again, what's he gonna? The rotation's weird. Evan Ferguson wasn't really appearing much in preseason. I don't know what's going on with that.
I don't know.
Really strange. I'll take João Pedro.
Yeah,
and he looked good too.
He was on my team at one point, but I went with Watkins. I went the safer route.
That's I was like,
because Mubama might be the dark horse third, so I'm like I could still get productivity out of. I can maybe start all 3 of them, right? Yeah. If Foden's doesn't start, I can do a 3-4-3. It gives me flexibility, right? I was debating of doing João Pedro, Mubama, Haaland to squeeze in Salah as well.
Yeah.
But
I
still might, but I do like my team how it is at the moment.
No, it's fair. And the thing is, Watkins, I like. I think again we're big on Villa. He's had a great preseason. He's on
pens for them.
He's had a great preseason, and
he's always
I considered Diaz and Watkins. Instead
of Salah
but also keeping Pedro probably actually getting rid of.
Because he's on pens too now, apparently.
Who?
João Pedro.
Who?
Brighton. Apparently, he was taking them preseason.
Tight.
So I don't know what that.
And then Haaland, obviously.
Yeah, we all have. I think you don't have Haaland.
Yeah. So I'm doing a 3-5-2 to start. Mubama is my first sub, then Chilwell. Although I can see Chilwell getting in the mix on Sunday. And then Vardiol is my bench, and Turner is obviously my goalkeeping bench. Captain Haaland, vice captain Matoma.
Ooh, Matoma.
It doesn't matter. Haaland's playing.
I did Haaland captain in Rashford.
I could. Yeah. Nice. I could vice captain as Stupian, I guess, if I really want to. Haaland's at least playing a minute and getting injured. And he's playing. You're getting 2 points off him.
Yeah. Hopefully he scores right away. I'm also playing a 3-5-2, obviously with Onana in net.
And then your relegation boys on the bench.
On the bench, yeah, pretty much.
How much money do you have left over?
$1 million.
You have 1, eh?
Yeah, I got 1.
Yeah. I don't mind my team. We'll see what happens. Brighton have a great start to the season too, and see what I'm planning is I'm looking in blocks. I have no Newcastle. I don't like Newcastle for the first until after the international break. But after that, coming into international break, I'm getting them.
Yeah.
After the international break, I like it. Week 7, I'm looking at Villa, really starting to bring Villa in. I might have missed the boat by then, but that's when it opens up. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining, and we'll be back next week if all goes to plan. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Very good, sir.
How long is this going to take now?
Oh,
The end stream. I should have hit that like 5 minutes ago.
I don't know. Yeah.
I look like what's it called? Mickey. If you ever watch Snatch, Mickey's mom, kind of frozen.
Oh no, I didn't watch that.